Welcome back to MAURO'S Films, and I am back. I was a week off, but I am back with more tutorials, comparisons and stuff. I was waiting the whole week to stop raining to make the test about the LUMIX G85 Cinelike D profile compared to the MAVIC Pro Cinelike D profile, and how easy is to match this LUMIX G85 and the MAVIC Pro footage in Premiere Pro. But before we move on, I team up with FILMORA and we are giving away a DJI Spark. All that you have to do is to follow the rules on the page, post a comment why would you buy or not buy the Spark, and scrolling down to the bottom of the page you will find the steps for winning a DJI Spark. The link of the giveaway will be in the description. And that's a great opportunity to win the DJI Spark, but let's move on to the test. I didn't use any ND filters to match the Cinelike D picture profiles of the two cams, and the white balance was set to auto on both of them. I mounted my G85 and the MAVIC Pro on a very expensive monopod and a tripod to make the whole test much more stable. Okay, so here we are in Premiere Pro. I applied a simple color correction LUT at the beginning that I made some time ago, and I didn't touch the temperature and the white balance in post to see how the MAVIC and G85 holds up without a white balance. I raised up the shadows a little bit to get more details on the shadows of the wall and stairs. Tuned the whites on my liking, turned down some blacks to get some details in the shadows. I sharpened a little bit the whole image cause I always dial down the sharpness on my G85. For the MAVIC is the opposite, and I didn't mess with the sharpness in post cause I have a lot of sharpness in +1 mode. I lifted up a little bit the saturation and made a slight curve on the RGB curves drop down menu. So I got a pretty balanced image on the lumetric scopes without touching the zeros on the black side and not touching the maximum 100 on the bright side of the picture. So the picture, I would say, is exposed to the center, looking the histogram and not leaning to left or right. The whole correction was copied on an adjustment layer for the MAVIC Pro footage, where the sharpness of the MAVIC footage is left to 0. Concluding this test, I can say that the Cinelike D profile of the MAVIC is really close to the Cinelike D profile of the LUMIX G85. So if you are using the G85, GH4, GH5 or G7, you will not have so much work to do in post matching the two Cinelike D profiles. And that's all for today. The next week I am making a giveaway of the gear that I don't use with my MAVIC Pro, like the tablet mount, camera lens hood, the remote control monitor hood, propeller guards, and maybe there will be just ND filters for them. But that's the next week. Stay tuned, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, also subscribe if you wanna follow my journey, and see you soon.